There has never been more fallout for the Celtics in a win, I believe. I think this game proves it.
Did you not know it was coming,
The standard for this team, I predicted it during the show yesterday, did I not? I told you what they were going to say.
The shows were already built if he didn't hit the shot from the corner. Like, Tatum would have got skewered yesterday.
It's almost like there's a playbook for the program. No, but what Maz said is that there is such a thing as a moral loss or a moral win, right? Although I don't hear Maz handing out moral wins. This would be my problem with Maz. If I could go back in time and be on the Felger Maserati program, as I once was and enjoyed it very much, I would say, Maz, when was the last time you handed out a moral win? Because I don't think Maz or Felger, for that matter, are the types to be handing out moral victories. I don't hear those that frequently. But what he has handed out is a moral defeat, is what he has handed out to the Celtics for game one. And I don't think it's a terrible thing to say about the Celtics. I think it's just a different way of phrasing what we were saying about this game yesterday. Indiana blew it. Celtics get credit for being able to take advantage of it, which they absolutely did with big plays at the end from Jaylen Brown in regulation and big shots and production from Jason Tatum in the overtime with a minute plus to go, putting the thing away. Like those, your two best players made plays. Your third best player was your most consistent guy in the game, and Drew Holiday. Like, they did a lot of things right in this game, and they took advantage of the other team's mistakes. But let's just be real about this. They needed the other team to F it up for them to win, right? And we all admit that.
Mm-hmm. I don't care how much of a green teamer you are and how big a Celtic fan you are. When you lose a game in sports, you go back and you look at the tape. You say, okay, damn it, we got our ass kicked. How do we stop this? What moment did we screw this thing up? And you look at it, and there's nothing at the end of that game that says, oh, they took it from us. First of all, we gave it to them. We gave them two opportunities, which they cashed in on both, a bad errant inbound pass and a big shot at the end in the corner that is a very low percentage shot. And the Celtics took advantage of both opportunities. They were huge opportunities gifted to you by Indiana. And if you can't see it any other way, I mean, it is what it is. The play-by-play team, Sean Grady, the leprechaun himself that Felger calls him.
Oh, yeah.
Said, this game one, going to Indianapolis.
He's got
they're going to have a fun
green underwear on for all of these games.
Yeah, zippity doodah. He's jumping with his hat and his green tux on. Like, that guy knew it was over. It wasn't over. Because they screwed it up so royally bad. The Indianapolis Pacers are sitting there and they're looking at this and they're saying, guys, we blew it. You're not sitting there saying they beat us. You blew it. We'll see what happens tonight. You going to clean things up? Like, that is a clinic tape for how you don't coach at the end of the game. And poor Rick Carlisle. He probably has lost sleep for 2 days. He's a good coach. He's a coach that's been there, that's won. How do I not call a freaking timeout? How do I not get the inbounds play right? How do I not foul? How do I not foul a guy that was 5 of 8 from the free throw line? And make him make three straight free throws. Like, I even go back to that now after our conversation yesterday. I said, no, don't do that. I thought Jaylen Brown would have made all 3. Then you go back and you watch how bad some of his misses were. You ought to put him on the line for 3 straight now. Like, he almost effed up 3 things at the end of that game. So we'll see how much that carryover is, where the team is grateful that he took it on himself, the coach. And if nobody's finger pointing within that room, even though they may feel, well, yeah, I could have hit that shot, or I could have made a better pass, or I could have took a better angle to go to the inbounder. If they're believing, okay, good, he got us off the hook with this, and they come back and they play free and loose again the way they did the other night without stepping out of bounds 5 times, or throwing it away, they'll have a shot tonight. Because I do expect Jason Tatum to do what he did the other night, score 30 points, get double digits in rebounds. How good is Jaylen Brown going to be tonight? Will Al Horford be any better? I don't think so. I think you're starting to hit a little bit of a wall with him. But can Derek White be better? Drew Holiday, if he plays the way he did the other night, you should be okay too. It's going to be a hell of a game again. That's one thing I think we know with this series. This series is going to be great. You might win in 5, but they're going to be great games.
Did the Celtics do anything stupid in that loss?
No.
We didn't say anything like that yesterday.
But you looked at Hauser's minutes. Like, it's not that crazy off like, oh, you left Hauser in too long. Like, but that's kind of what they do.
No, but did they make any boneheaded mistakes, or did the coaching not,
like an egregious error to set them up for failure?
Did any of that happen?
The turnover at the end of the game by Tatum, that was it. But he thought Holiday was going to roll. Like that bad turnover, that was about it.
And they had too many turnovers,
Yes.
right? I mean, it was sloppy at times, but it wasn't necessarily stupid.
They didn't do what Indiana did. Inbound, step out of bounds at a key spot at the end of the game with the lead. Like, that's crazy. That's insane. How many times did Indiana step out of bounds? Jesus.
Because that win, I compared the Celtics the other day to being very Patriot-like in how they conduct themselves, right? Mm-hmm. They don't really engage, and they don't have this sort of brash attitude. They're sort of business-like. They're buttoned up. This was a Patriots-like win.
Such a good comp.
For the Celtics in Game 1, which is you wait around and you wait to see if the other team will do something incredibly stupid. And that doesn't translate as well in basketball because it's not like football with mistakes many times determining the game, right? Mental errors determining the game. So the other night was one of those examples. They made a bunch of mental errors, both on the court with their players, but notably from the bench. Made some real bad coaching decisions in the final critical moments of the game. That was Patriot-like. And I also think that the teams that take advantage, like those are the signs of a team that is in the midst of a run. Like we've seen the Patriots do so many times.
Because I still think you have to be clutch in order to take advantage of those opportunities, right? And the Celtics were, to your point. And yes, the Pacers 100% choked that game away. But I do think you learned a lot about the Celtics team in that performance. Like Drew Holiday was a difference maker and exactly the player that you wanted to bring in and were hoping for in terms of swapping out Marcus Smart for him. So I think you can check that box off. All right, Drew Holiday's given us exactly what we were hoping for. Jaylen Brown showing up huge at the end of those games. Yeah, I think you can still learn a lot about a team even if the Pacers were the ones that choked it away.
What's that? The quote that Shaughnessy used to always use in his columns. If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Right?
Yeah.
That's Sun Tzu or Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu. Yeah. Thank you.
Art of War.
The Art of War.
Art of War, right?
Yep.
If you wait by the river long enough, the bodies of your enemies will float by. That's what happened the other night.
Loves that one.
He does.
He loves that one.
I mean, that's what kind of happened. I don't think it's a big knock on the Celtics. I think the bigger knock on the Celtics is that they blew leads multiple times in the game. Not that they won it. Moral defeat. A moral defeat. I want Maz to tell us today at 2 p.m. when was the last time he handed out a moral victory. I want to know. I want to know if he hands them out equally, moral defeats and moral victories.
There weren't many last year because the Patriots had those tight games and those losses. He wasn't handed many moral victories out there. So this is very, very unique of Anthony.
Celtics are too good to get moral victories.
Yeah, you've got to be kind of a mediocre team to be racking those up.
It's confusing because
Patriots
it should
were like
be
a 500 team last year.
It feels like you should award Indiana a moral victory even though they effed it up so royally. You know what I mean? Because they played so well.
I said yesterday it was a moral loss.
No, you've
moral
got to,
loss. I know, but that's like the wording.
You've got to play well and come up short to get a moral victory. You can't screw it up. Blowing a game, you don't get a moral victory. No shot. Bob's in Walpole. Let's get to the phones here. More reaction to the Celtics as we get ready for Game 2 tonight. What's up?
Yeah, I just had a comment on Jaylen Brown's last shot. Technically, he missed that ball. If you watch the replay, it hit the backboard. It skimmed down and nicked and went in the hoop. It still counts.
Banked it in.
Pardon?
He banked it in.
Yeah, he didn't plan to. Obviously, from that angle in the corner, he was aiming just to drop it in. And I watched it carefully, and at the last minute, it ticked the backboard, and went in.
Yep.
So, you know, good win and all that, but I don't know. He missed it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like they did at the end of the third.
No. I'm glad we got Bob on the line because I heard this yesterday. Again, I'm sorry to keep referencing the Felger and Maserati. What the hell? I didn't understand the point of the conversation.
Does the basket count less when it hits the backboard? I didn't know that.
Boy,
what does
they
that?
get Dontero going too. Boy.
And by the way,
Basket hit the backboard, so it doesn't count.
Where does it hit the backboard on this? I haven't seen
square.
That. No, it does.
Left top part of the square.
So it glances the glass, and therefore what?
It's a moral miss.
Can we slow-mo that? We got it. I don't.
Should only count as 1 point.
Take a good look at it here as we watch it in our studio. I do not see it hit the glass.
I don't know if it
I
does.
see it hit the rim.
It hits the left.
I see it bank into the rim.
We were texting the other day. I said he banked that. And you guys, yes.
No, I did not mean bank off the glass. No.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
I don't think it does.
I think it's like back rim.
Back of the iron. I don't think that it hit. But what does it matter?
Okay.
Why are we doing this?
Doesn't count, Beetle. Doesn't count.
We were talking yesterday about the fact that he didn't even look up
Moral shot.
until the ball is coming out of his
shot
hands.
then.
He
Jesus.
almost he was shooting this thing blind.
Oh, yeah. It changes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. It hits the glass.
It's the
Good
inside,
call.
It's the inside
Bob.
small square.
What does it matter?
Jaylen Brown, not clutch.
I had it in real time.
If you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand here. For more Celtics analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.